Hello, fellow modelers. Bruce here. Some time ago, my wife Bonnie and I were having a conversation on how difficult it was to get coffee stains out of a tablecloth. And it's neither here nor there whether that conversation was or was not prompted by me spilling my coffee on that tablecloth. But it, anyway, gave me an idea that if coffee stains, and I know tea stains, how about making a stain for my modeling from coffee grounds and or tea leaves? So I started back then with saving the grounds of coffee from yesterday's perked coffee. We use an old-fashioned perked coffee pot. No Mr. Coffee or Keurig for us. And I took some 91% isopropyl alcohol and dumped it in to the coffee grounds and shook it up a bit and kept doing that for a few days, and was actually starting to make some good progress at getting some stain that I saw some promise in when unfortunately I had a brilliant idea. Let me just pour some of this in here to give you the idea of what I'm talking about. I got the brilliant idea of putting just a few drops of Fiebling's leather dye, dark brown, into the concoction that I had been very patiently making day after day from my coffee grounds. Just a couple drops of this immediately turned it so dark that it undid, or I should say masked, everything that I had been doing. So I'm starting over. I have those coffee grounds in here. I have my alcohol now, and what I will do is stir it a few times today, and then tomorrow I will drain the alcohol out into another container, get rid of that set of coffee grounds, put in new used coffee grounds, and I'll do that for a few days. And once I see I've made some progress, I'll come back and share that progress with you. So in the meantime, I'll try not to spill this. Try not to get a brilliant idea of just putting a few drops of some leather dye in to hasten the process along. But even now, after just pouring this in, if you look down in here, you can see I'm already getting a brown color to the water. So let's follow this along and see whether I get anything promising for our modeling. All right, talk to you soon. Alrighty, time for an update on the coffee grounds stain for staining my wood in my builds, and see how I proceeded first, and then I'll show you the results. I started by filling about halfway with 91% isopropyl alcohol, and the first day I emptied all the used coffee grounds from that morning's perked coffee. And as I mentioned earlier, we don't use a Mr. Coffee, we use an old-fashioned percolator. Scooped that out, put it in here, swished it around and let it sit. The next morning, I did the same thing. By that time, the coffee grounds were getting about a third of the way up the jar. So I just let it sit for a day or so, swirled it once in a while. And for those first 2 days, the coffee grounds were McDonald's Colombian blend, a little bit coarser than what I moved to next. That finished up that particular can of coffee, and we switched to another one of our favorites, which is 8 o'clock original coffee, which is a little bit finer ground. I decanted all the liquid out, let the grinds go into a sieve, and let the rest of the liquid drop back in here. Then I got rid of those grinds, and I started again. 2 days in a row, putting 8 o'clock grounds in here, swirling it around, letting it sit a day, decanting, emptying it, putting the liquid back in, and one more time I did 2 consecutive days of 8 o'clock coffee grounds. Then I let it sit for about a week. Then I drained it again and got all the liquid back in, and this is the color that I attained. Now again, that's the liquid in that medium is the 91% isopropyl alcohol, and all the coloring is due to the coffee grounds. So I did find that a little bit of settling does take place here because there's some residual fine ground. So before using it, I shook it up, and I just want to show you what color I achieved at the end of those 6 applications of used coffee grounds. And here is the stick. Let me see if I can zoom in here a little bit and see what's going on. You can see the original color of the basswood strip, and I guess what you would see is this is the color that I achieved. This lower part is probably more indicative than this upper part, although you can get some variation, and I could have left it stay in the stain longer. This is after about 6 hours in the stain. So yeah, I think I have a usable color here to put into the mix for staining virgin basswood to look a little more aged and so forth. But let me know what you think down in the comments. And I will now pour this liquid back into the original isopropyl alcohol container, label it as coffee grounds, and so it doesn't get confused with any of my other stains. And I don't know, I'm thinking about trying tea next, so let me know your ideas on that as well. Okay, as usual, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And you know, I'm quickly approaching 1,000 viewers, and if some of you who see this video who have not subscribed yet, if you subscribe, you might push me over the top before Christmas, which would be a great Christmas present. Alrighty, talk to you again soon.